there, welcome to Bitesize Piano. In this tutorial I'm going to give you a simple idea for blues improvisation. So this should be suitable if you're near about a beginner and you want to explore playing a bit of blues music. I do have separate blues tutorials, so I've left my blues piano playlist linked down below, so go and check those out if you want just some further explanation into a couple of the things I'll go through today. So we're going to do something very set in the left hand, and then the improvisation bit is I'm going to give you a nice blues scale to have a play around with in your right hand. We'll go over the left hand first. So we're going to be doing this very straightforward blues driving pattern. So we're going to do this one in the key of C, so you don't have many black keys to worry about. The 12-bar blues is going to be 4 bars of C based around C major, 2 bars based around F major, back to C major for 2, G major for 1, F major for 1, and then C major for 2. And we're going to do this pattern here. So we're going to play a 5th and then a 6th. You can play it like this as well if you prefer. Everyone has different preferences. I'm going to move my thumb in and outwards like that. So you're going to play it C and G, and then move your thumb to C and A, so it's a 5th, and then a 6th, a 5th, and then a 6th. So 4 bars, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to do the same pattern on F and C, and the thumb is going to move between C and D. So this is for 2 bars, so 1, 2, back to C for 2, 1, 2. Same pattern on G and D, thumb moving between D and E, so 1, down to F for 1, back down to C for 2. And then you can repeat the whole thing again. If you want to end it, the last 2 bars of the C, you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then just hold the last bar down. So if I just play that all the way through. So once you're comfortable, happy with the left hand progression, so the harmony, the 12-bar blues, we're going to look at the scale we're going to use in the right hand. So again, just because it's meant to be simple and for ease sake, I just want you to stick with these notes. We're going to do the major blues scale on C. So it's effectively a major pentatonic with an added flattened third in there. So it's a hexatonic scale, so it has 6 different notes in there. So we have C, D, E flat, or D sharp, an E, and then a G, A, and then C. Practice this pattern ideally with these fingers, so over with the 3 on the E flat, and then you can try it in swing, so the humpty dumpty humpty dumpty humpty dumpty humpty dumpty dum, and you could try it in triplets, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And you can have a go at varying. You could switch between swing, rhythm, and adding triplets. So as an example, going a little bit back back and forth there. So starting to really, this is the right hand is where you need to have a play around with and experiment. Instead of just staying within an octave, which you can try at first, so staying sort of quite nice and safe around there, you can extend it a little bit as well, so go slightly higher up. Again, just sticking with either a C, D, E flat E, G or an A, with either one of those 6 notes. So once you've had a play around with the 2 hands and you're very comfortable with what you're doing in the left hand and you've memorized it and you're really happy with the finger movements in the scale of the right hand, we can then start to experiment. And again, improvisation is about playing around and experimenting with putting something together, but just keeping it really simple, particularly to begin with. So only playing a few notes at a time in the right hand. So I'm going to do something really slow, really simple, hands together. So I'm going to do a blues note. And this sounds really effective going from a semitone. So for example, the D to the E flat or the E flat to the E. So you can experiment with that, adding the blues note in there between either the D to the E flat or the E flat to the E. So I'm going to start with a blues note. So something really simple, and that was just for the first 4 bars of the C, based around the C chord in the left hand. It changes. You could add an extra note in there if you wanted to mimic this. We could add an A flat in there, which I know isn't in the major scale, but you can experiment with extra, again, semitone notes that leads in to one of the notes of the scale. Could try back to C. You can go lower. So again, I'm just sort of giving an example. And now we're in the G part. You could start to add a chord. You could do like a stab on the G, stab on the F, or you could keep the left hand going. And that's one round of the 12-bar blues. So again, keeping it really simple, keeps it very local with the right hand, keeping notes held down with the crushed blues notes in there. What you could try as well, if you're not quite ready to try something hands together, is that you can take the 12-bar blues from earlier that I played in the video, and you could just play something in the right hand. So you're not having to think too much about the left hand, because obviously the thought is a bit more in the right hand because that's the thing you're kind of making up a bit more on the spot. But if you want to write something, almost compose something that's a little bit more concrete, that would be a really good place for a beginner to start as well. So you're almost composing your own little blues composition based on this scale. Let's try something else. I'm not going to stop this time. I'll do something probably quite similar to what I did. So I also have an easy, simple jazz tutorial as well, where I do a very similar thing. So we just do one type of scale in the right hand and one set chord progression in the left hand. So go and check that out if you like to explore a bit of jazz as well. So if you're struggling with shaping phrases, remember to think of it like a sentence, so a question and an answer. So like the right hand, that could be a question, and then you need an answer. That could be the answer. And then question, answer, So think of it in phrases like that. You don't have to just keep playing notes constantly all of the time. So remember that melody and phrasing needs to have natural breath. So think of your musical improvisations as sentences, and hopefully that will help. So I hope you enjoyed that. Hope you found it useful and that you're gonna go and enjoy playing around with this nice, simple, easy blues idea. But I'll see you in the next lesson. So that's the end of this video. If you would like to leave a request, leave them in the comments section below of this video. I've also left some videos here that I think you might like, so go and check those out as well. I also have a course. Visit Bitesize Piano Course.co.uk and you can enroll and start learning how to read music. I'll see you in the next video.